What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In today's video, we are jumping into Moon Knight 28 and 29. This is going to be the last hours of Moon Knight, with issue number 30 going to be the death of Moon Knight. We are seeing everything that is leading up to his death. And it all comes at the hands of Black Spectre. A third iteration of Black Spectre has arose. While Moon Knight is trying to figure out who this third Black Spectre is, there are more pressing matters. Because Black Spectre gathering up a bunch of the villains of Moon Knight, they have plans to destroy the city, to take out everybody in this town. And so Moon Knight, Hunter's Moon, and his team from the Midnight Mission, they gather up their gear and they prepare for war. Now, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we are picking up at the Mount. The Mount is the location where Black Spectre is preparing for his battle, where he is preparing to take down the whole city. With the help of 8-Ball, Moon Knight and his crew, they ride on the hover rack. And as they approach the Mount, this is when the rockets come. Multiple missile locks shooting the hover rack right out of the sky. With the hover rack having engine failure, we see the aircraft go crashing into the Mount, with everybody getting up out of the rubble. Tigra, Hunter's Moon, and Moon Knight, they're all okay. But 8-Ball has broken his arm. Moon Knight telling him that he has done his job, he needs to lay low, stay safe until this is all over. And he will know when all of this is over when he sees Black Spectre falling at terminal velocity from the windows. This is what throws us back just a couple of hours. Moon Knight and his team, they are preparing to breach the Mount. Now, the Mount, it never recovered after Druid Walsh had blown up the Olympus room. They got Soldier down on the ground floor doing recon. And at ground level, these guys are truly dug in. They are waiting for any kind of resistance. They are waiting for Moon Knight, knowing that the ground level won't be a good way to go in. Not only would they have to go in from the very bottom floor and work their way up, they don't have the time for that. That is why they rode the hover rack. As we pick up inside the Mount, Moon Knight, Hunter's Moon, and Tigra, they go charging in, and the first obstacle is Sarnak. Sarnak and all the men waiting for them to arrive. He gives the order and he says to kill all of them. This is where Hunter's Moon says that they don't have time for a fight. He tells Moon Knight and Tigra to backtrack and continue up the building. He is going to handle Sarnak and all these minions. As we jump back to the past, we pick up with a conversation between Moon Knight and Reese. Moon Knight is letting Reese know that you're not coming with us. She has the skills and the capability to be able to fight this fight. And Moon Knight knows it is unfair for him to ask her to stay behind. But if Moon Knight dies out there, he is letting Reese know that the Midnight Mission is yours. Because everything that they have built, it is too important to let it die. Reese very unhappy with this, but she agrees to it. Taking us back to the Mount, Moon Knight and Tigra making their way up the building. But this is when Tigra steps on a booby trap. She heard the click and she can now smell the plastic explosives. If she is to step off of this thing, it will immediately detonate. And while Moon Knight knows that he can defuse this, he doesn't have the time. He doesn't want to leave her behind. But she knows if that sound goes off, even while she's standing on this, she is dead anyway. She kisses Moon Knight and she tells him to go save the city, with him promising that he will return. Moon Knight takes off. And there is nothing that is stopping him. Every goon that gets in his way, he absolutely destroys. Even taking a knife in the back, he is still cracking skulls. This is where we pick up with Zodiac. And Zodiac currently on the phone with Black Spectre, letting Black Spectre know that you can't plan for Moon Knight. Now, he's on board with everything that Black Spectre's doing. He loves the idea. He is just not confident that they can actually prepare for Moon Knight. He is a chaos agent. Anything he touches, it spins out of control. The plan may be in motion, and Zodiac is definitely rooting for Black Spectre. But at the end of the day, this is Moon Knight we are talking about. That is when the door breaks down and Black Spectre is confronted by Moon Knight. And if Black Spectre is being honest, he didn't even expect Moon Knight to make it this far. All the fighters, all the traps, all of those weapons. But Black Spectre is glad he made it up here, because Black Spectre would like to beat him to death with his own hands. With Moon Knight not wasting any more time, he goes in. With him charging in on Black Spectre, we pick up at the Midnight Mission. Standing outside the Midnight Mission, we have Zodiac. While Moon Knight and his team have been working on taking down Black Spectre, Black Spectre had sent Zodiac to take down the Midnight Mission, but Zodiac has no idea what he is in store for. This is what jumps us into issue 29. We pick up on the top floor of the mount, the battle between Black Spectre and Moon Knight. While they are fighting, Moon Knight is trying to figure out what the point of all of this is, turning the city into a weapon, wondering, did you do all of this just because of me? And more than that, he wants to know who is under the mask. Who are you and why are you doing this? As their battle rages on, we pick up on the 20th floor. We pick up with Tigra, sitting here waiting for this thing to either detonate or that kill switch to go off. But this is when Soldier arrives. He fought his way up 20 floors. For Soldier, that's not a big deal, mostly because when Moon Knight and them attacked, it drew all the attention to the upper floors. Add in the fact that Soldier not only is trained by Hydra, but is mostly bulletproof, and there was plenty of blood around as he made his way up so he could heal himself. So going up those 20 floors, taking out all of Black Spectre's men along the way. For Soldier, this was just another day. Luckily for Tigra, he's got EOD training, explosive ordnance disposal, as he gets to work taking care of this. We pick up at the Midnight Mission. Zodiac has made his way inside the Midnight Mission, and when Reese goes to attack, Zodiac has something very unique on him. Now, he's not a man that believes in gods, so a crucifix or something of that nature, it wouldn't work against a vampire. It turns out, he does have a holy symbol though, one that he has absolute faith in. That symbol is himself, having a chain that says Zodiac on it. This is his holy relic that now works against vampires. And so as the two of them begin to fight, we pick up back at the mount. Moon Knight and Black Spectre still going at it. The truth is, all Black Spectre wants is to kill Moon Knight. And so this is where Moon Knight turns on the rage, telling him that if you really want to be Black Spectre, this is what it means to be Black Spectre. As Moon Knight just beats the bricks off of this dude, smashing him up real nice and proper. This is when he takes off the mask of Black Spectre, and it is revealed that this is Ryan Trent. Ryan Trent is the second iteration of Black Spectre, and this only confuses Moon Knight more. With Hunter's Moon being done with Sarnak, he knows that they need to neutralize the broadcast system that is on the top floor. Soldier and Tigra headed up there as well. Moon Knight is letting everybody know that Spectre is down. He's about to blow the broadcast gear, but none of this makes any sense. Ryan Trent, the second Black Spectre, the one he put down years ago, he was in jail. This is when Moon Knight gets hit with many rounds to the chest. Moon Knight down on the ground bleeding out, and then a giant explosion that stops everybody from reaching Moon Knight. That way him and Black Spectre can have a real conversation. Meanwhile, at the Midnight Mission, we have Zodiac that is trying to kill Reese, turning herself into mist, letting Zodiac know that I've learned some new tricks. But more than that, the last time you came for me, you couldn't cross the mission's threshold. She tells him that that was a good instinct, because now you are never walking out of this place again. This is when she tells the Midnight Mission to take him. As we pick back up with Black Spectre and Moon Knight. Black Spectre in a very bad spot, unable to even get up to his feet. Black Spectre apologizes and says to forgive the deception. Ryan Trent really did want to kill Moon Knight, but the real Black Spectre, he needed a little more time to get everything ready. He goes on to tell Moon Knight that maybe it was unwise to call himself Black Spectre. It was practically an invitation to Moon Knight, the red flag to a bull. But he couldn't resist himself. Moon Knight saying that you're dead, that you killed my shadow cabinet, you killed my friend, you killed Plesko. This is when Black Spectre says yes, Plesko, that if you speak the devil's name, he shall appear. With Black Spectre taking off his mask, it is revealed that Black Spectre, the third iteration, is in fact Plesko, Moon Knight's own friend from his own shadow cabinet. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. So this was a fun 2 issues, but man, I was not expecting Plesko to be the third Black Spectre, and this has gotta be a betrayal that truly stings. Plesko having a history as a mercenary, fighting alongside Mark Spector in the trenches. He eventually left all the mercenary stuff behind and started going into psychotherapy. Eventually, Moon Knight brings him on into the Shadow Cabinet, but it appears that he has been working in the background. He has been working on not only taking down this city, but taking out his friend Moon Knight. It'll be interesting to see the motivations lying behind this. Why Plesko would betray his friend after all of this time. Why he would go to this extent. Why he would put on the mask of one of Moon Knight's worst enemies. Either way, Moon Knight was outplayed. He was outmaneuvered, and he was tricked by one of his closest allies. Now sitting here, throwing up his own blood, on the verge of succumbing to all the bullet wounds. The death of Moon Knight is just on the horizon, and there doesn't appear to be anybody that can save the one and only Moon Knight. So let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories, if you would like to get completely caught up on everything that is going on with Moon Knight. Go ahead, check out the link in my description, as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything that is going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.